Another much-loved comic genius who first came to the fore towards the end of the musical era was the cheeky chappie himself, Max Miller, yes. The pure gold of musical, they used to call him. Wearing his outrageous check +4s, kipper tie, and hat set at a jaunty angle, Max's career took off in a big way in 1924 when he appeared at the Holborn Empire. Max would rattle off his patter like a machine gun, but he himself was never rude. He always stopped short, just as the saucy punchline. The audience worked it out for themselves, didn't you? Yes. For a while, Max was accompanied by a great pianist called Billy Uke Scott. Billy even wrote the songs for Max, but later made his own name as a solo performer, strumming his ukulele. So here to recall the memories of Max Miller and Billy Uke Scott is a terrific young performer. He really is great, who's got them both down to a T. So now, ladies and gentlemen, for your general, genial jollification, I give you the one and only Mr. Mark Walsh.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Well, here we go with the first song entitled Last Night I Was in the Mood, but tonight I must get some sleep. Now, here's a funny thing. Now, this is a funny thing. I went home the other night. Now, there's a funny thing. 2 o'clock in the morning, I went up the garden path, into the back door, into the kitchen, and there's a wife sat there crying her eyes out. I said, "What's wrong with you?" She said, "It's all right for you out half the night, but while you've been gone, we've had a burglar in here." I said, "A burglar? Did he get anything?" She said, "Yes, in the dark, I thought it was you." Now, there's a funny thing. Eh? Very strange how I met my wife. Now, her father was a farmer. And he said to me one day, he said, "Max," he said, "if you marry my daughter, I'll give you 3 acres of land and a cow." You're quite right. You're quite right. I'm still waiting for the 3 acres. Here. I like the girls who do. I like the girls who don't. I hate the girl who says she will, but then she says she won't. But the girl I like the best of all, and I think you'll say I'm right, is the girl who says she never does, but she looks as though she does. You've got the idea, haven't you? You've got the idea. Here. A little monologue as spoken from the mouth. And where else I hear you cry? Adam and Eve in the garden dwelt. They were so happy and jolly. I wonder how they would have felt if the leaves had all been holly. Now, there's a funny thing, eh? You can't help liking him, can you? Here. 10:30 this morning, I was on Waterloo Station, 10:30, and next to me on the platform, there's a crowd of schoolboys, about 30 of them, and a teacher. And the teacher said, "Now listen here, boys," she said, "we're going out today. We're getting on this train and we're going on a school trip and it's a long journey. She said, there's no corridor on here." So she said, "Go over there to the gentleman's cloakroom and we'll have a nice, pleasant, uninterrupted journey." So off they all went, except one. He wouldn't move. In the end, she said, "Look," she said, "if you don't go, I'll have to take you." He said, "You can please yourself, lady. I'm a jockey on my way to Newmarket." Now, there's a funny thing, eh? Anyway, that was just a few little bits that the late, great Mr. Max Miller used to do. And Billy Uke Scott was a very dear friend of mine, used to write quite a lot of songs for Max. I knew Billy later on in his career. And he was a lovely, lovely man. He was a lovely man, very talented performer, and he was the first person ever to play melody on one of these things. So I'm going to finish off now exactly as he would have done, with a little medley just to prove that melody can be played on the ukulele.